one of the things I wanted to talk to you about real quick again was pick your brain more about this. I don't even know if you want to talk about it, but this thing that's happening around you and the stuff you're dealing with in your neighborhood. I was
Yeah.
wondering if you could just talk about that a little bit, um, what it's like right now, and how it feels, because you are a part of a community that's really affected by what's happening, and you're teachers at the same time. You and your wife are teachers, so I just want to kind of get a little snapshot of what you guys are dealing with right now.
It's been difficult. You could feel it everywhere. The beginning of the summer was there was just this massive black cloud when all of it really started happening. Yeah, and I live in a city. I'm not in LA, but I live in a city in Orange County, which is, obviously, like half hour away from LA. I live in a city in Orange County that's a very large Latino population. Um, and to see the National Guard come out, I had never seen something like this before, where there were tanks rolling through neighborhoods. People are scared. A lot of people are scared. I mean, at a car wash just a mile away from here, there was, I think, got hit twice by the raids. There's a Home Depot just like a mile away from me, got hit, I think, twice by the raids. Um, I work in a I work at a school where it's predominantly Latino. So does my wife. She works at a separate school. It's predominantly Latino. There's a backdrop of fear. So me as Mexican American, pretty Americanized, I feel like they were not going to touch me. But you never really know, because they've been pulling in people that do have papers. What we're trying to make sure is that our older family members are carrying their papers with them wherever they go. And it's sickening that we actually have to do that. It's been a hard like recovery. So I would my once I got my surgery, for the first like 5.5 months, half my foot was numb, and I didn't really care because the pain was gone, like because I was just had all this pain. I couldn't even wear a shoe. And then around, yeah, 5.5 months, like the pain came, or this new pain came back, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's nerve pain. So I've been dealing with the nerve pain, which is slowly receding. It's been 6 months. I probably have a good 6 months to a year left, of it just like going away totally. I can only wear certain shoes. I can't walk long distances, but I would say it's gotten better significantly, I think, the last 2 months. So hopefully it just keeps going. But there's good days, there's bad days, there's.
It sounds like my thing, but you've been laid out. God, I was there over a year ago, and you were laid out then still, right? It's from the
It's
same
been
thing, or what?
2.5 years, yeah.
And is this all from the drumming stuff, or you
Well,
don't
I think
know,
it,
or
I think
skateboarding?
I did it skateboarding, but it was a mild little ankle tweak, Mike. It's like we've had those. I mean, how many times have we had those in our lives? But
Yeah,
I think it was like the last one. My body's like, fuck this,
yeah.
and it's like I'm going. The tendon's tearing. It's gone. It's like
Jesus.
so. A lot of it had to do with drumming. My left foot. I never used like with my left foot like like a jazz technique. It was always just
Time, but never time enough to tell the ones you're wrong. You lie, you make an amends. Time, roads and nauseum. We wake and sleep, repeat again. Relive paradigm.
Is this song called Time or something?
time. Yeah.
Maybe you could just talk a little bit what that's about, and then we'll tie it into your drumming.
Sure. So time was from Palm Trails. Palm Trails consisted of that time of myself, Allison Lee on keys, Jason Chavez on bass, and then Jose Gonzalez on guitar and vocals. Basically, Jose was the main songwriter of the band, and then we just started messing with this thing that he was coming up with, and then it kind of started forming. But it's essentially about mortality. Uh, it's his lyrics, not mine, but we talked about it before. But yeah, it's about, you know, the time we're all growing older and kind of feeling this real sense of mortality that we didn't, you don't really feel when you're younger.
String attached. And when we get sad enough, we cut to eject. Time to figure out. Time to figure how to not die alone. I can't go.
So yeah, that's what it's about, and just I guess musings on mortality.
And with so the drumming life for you, you've always had an attachment to music. You've always been the guy that you can sing and you can play guitar. When you look back now on your drumming and being in bands and stuff, like, can you sum it up in a kind of a feeling or?
Yeah, I think in the beginning it was, it was like just like, whatever looks cool and was cool, whatever would make me cool, like I would do. And it was a lot of fun. And it was like, my early bands were heavier bands. But as time went by, I realized like the idea of just playing a little bit differently, complementing the song more. A drummer that writes beats, drum beats, you know what I mean? That constructs them, and that's what essentially that was my take on a lot of these, the latter half of, I guess, me playing drums. But drums had always been a place where I just get a lot of my shit off of my chest, I say it was because I haven't been able to play because of my injuries, but it was just always there, and it was just a beautiful thing. I miss it so much.
Time to figure out. Time to figure out. Time to figure out. Time to figure out.
It's constantly in the background. It's just constantly, and then the methods of which they're doing things, they're not following due process of law. They're not, and they're doing, with their cowardly masks on and all this stuff. And I just can't believe that the people of this country voted for this. Us in California did it, and perhaps that's why, especially Southern California, perhaps that's why we're getting this the most.
And then the other song you did for SoundCloud is with your wife. Is that the one we're talking about?
That is correct, yeah. So I had the music for it. I already wrote and recorded all the music, and then I had the vocal melody to it. But like me singing on it didn't feel right. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. So I asked my wife, told her, "Can you write lyrics for it?" And like I think she just said, "I'm going to write them in Spanish." So the lyrics are. I think this is my favorite song of the three, to be honest with you. The lyrics are essentially about a girl named Mariana, and she's leaving like a strict home. Adriana, when she sings, she's kind of singing like, leave, like kind of go, run, Mariana, go, like, and Mariana's going to the sea essentially, and then she's gonna dance within the waves. And then the whole thing is like she always kind of has this refrain of a ver, like we'll see, like what's gonna happen to Mariana. And then at the very end, I don't know, I love it because first of all, my wife came from a very, very strict home. And for her to sort of leave that home, there was a process to it. Two, I think when she sings it, she sounds like a little girl. And it sounds almost like, like a little nursery rhyme. But there's sort of like this heaviness to it because this girl is trying to essentially like break away and become her own person. So that's what it's about. I mean, yeah, it's because it was just a whim. Like I can't do this. Why don't you try it? And she did it. I'm so glad we did that.
Do you have any like immediate source where somebody was affected, like any of your students have been affected and not come back to class or something? Or
So
avoiding
far,
class because of their
yeah.
grade?
I don't know if some students are avoiding class because of that. I mean, I don't think they would mention it, and because everything's really hush hush. No one wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I basically say that, I've said at the beginning of the school year, like, I'm here, I'm an advocate. Let me know, if you can't go to school for some reason, let me know, so that I can get you the work that you need. Because a lot of the students, if they're an older sibling, they're like the ones in charge of their younger siblings. And, so if the parent can't go to work because they're afraid of ice raids, they're going to stay home. But yeah, my wife, she has a student that the father was deported during these ice raids.
And what that means too is you're a child in school and you come home, your dad's gone.
Yeah.
And like they don't know where he is or anything. It's ridiculous.
They tried figuring out where he's at. They just simply didn't know. They didn't know where he's at.
Yeah.
Again, like where is this due process? Like, how is this happening? But you sing nice. So that's why I'm glad that you're like out front now,
Which brings us to the next song, which is, you want to talk about circles or?
Yeah, circus. Yeah. So that was a song I wrote. I wrote a bunch of songs. I wrote like, I think 10 songs. But that one I put on SoundCloud for some reason. I don't know why I put that one in SoundCloud. So that song was about, I guess I was, at that time, it was like my youth was pretty much gone. And I'm going into this very adult section of my life. I had a child, right? And then all the stuff that comes with that. And then there's so much decision fatigue. It's like you have to make so many decisions, and you got to do this on any given day. It's like, oh, did she eat, or oh, is there a fever, or is this, or like, So I just thought, like, wouldn't it be nice? And because I watched these things on cults, and like, wouldn't it be nice to sort of just give yourself to some person that says that they're gonna make all the decisions for you and everything's gonna be okay?
Would you sing a song for me? One that proves I've been
And I'm just like, I know it's really fucked up, but it's like, oh man, like that would be such a great feeling of like, I don't have to worry anymore. I just got to do whatever they tell me to do. And obviously it's, it's a really fucked up thing, but so I try to make it sound also like sort of floating along into this thing. I remember there is this like big Bugs Bunny cartoon. There's like this mad professor or something like that going after Bugs Bunny, and then they accidentally like destroy this big bottle of ether, and they both get really high on it, and then they kind of like float and that's kind of, for some, I don't know why that cartoon always had an impact on me when I was a little kid. They played it over and over again, and that's kind of what I wanted to sound like just kind of floating. Yeah, that's what that one's about.
Violence is a kind of a fetish, it's like this. It's a really, they parade around this violence is like a more than a show of force. It's like this, they get off on it almost. This power.
Absolutely. Well, again, like when you see a tank roll through a neighborhood, like what are you what are you like, what kind of shit are you into? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're scaring children, they're scaring elderly, they're scaring, so a part of me is like, fuck you, like fuck this, and you want to you get so angry that you want to be like for lack of a better word, it's just violent. You want to get aggressive. You want to be like, fuck you. You can't come in here like and doing that. Like, but that's what they want. They want to agitate and they want to create a fight, and that's their goal.